This video is supported by TBC Live. Check out the TBC Live on the App Store or the Google Play Store. It's an app to enjoy NRL with friends while the game is going. You comment what's going to happen next, and you thumbs up and thumbs down if you disagree or agree with people. There's great rewards to win every week, and your favourite content creators, including me, are on the app. So check out TBC Live today. Welcome to my NRL Round 11, also known as Magic Round Tips. I'm here in Brisbane. That's why this video is coming out a little bit late. Still dealing with that wisdom tooth issue. So, if I'm talking different, I've outlined why in my latest vlog. There won't be many vlogs this weekend, but there definitely will be one for that Storm and Eels match. But let's get into all these matches and speak about how I went last week. This week I did really well in tipping. I got 6 from 8 correct. I had the Sharks, even without Nico Hines. Picking that one was probably my pick of the year, being the Sharks beating the Storm up there in Melbourne. I did, however, get the Titans Cowboys game wrong and the Manly Dolphins game. Great performance by the Titans all round, and they lost a lot of troops. As for try scorers, Dylan Brown, Dean Mariner, and Jeremiah Nanai, you can all cash for the weekend, but a pretty good result. Let's get into Magic Round. The first game on Friday night at 6 o'clock, once again, we'll see the Canberra Raiders taking on the Canterbury Bulldogs. Now, the Bulldogs, they weren't able to get the win, but they competed, and their defence has been a lot better in recent weeks, especially against that Penrith outfit that was without Nathan Cleary. The Raiders, a miraculous comeback, coming off the bye, bit of a rest. They get Jordan Rapana back. Strange and Kyo Weeks have been named in the 6 and the 7. That's the only notable changes really for the side, and the Bulldogs look to be unchanged for the most part. Been impressed with both of these teams. The Bulldogs have looked good, but I don't think the consistency is going to be there. In recent matches, this has been a high scoring clash. I think we're going to see the opposite here. I think both of these teams can be forced to defend. More so, the Bulldogs probably have a better defense than the Raiders. But for me, I'm going to go with the Canberra Raiders to get the win here. I think it will be a tight game. I think a lot of the games this weekend will be very close. But I'm going to go the Raiders to win by 6. I know a lot of people will probably go Canterbury. I'm going to go the other way. Raiders to win 22 points to 16. I'm going to go with a Matt try scorer, Matt Tomoko, to score the first try for this game, and Matt Burton to score a try at any time for the Dogs. Next up is a home game for the Manly Sea Eagles at Suncorp Stadium. They will take on the Brisbane Broncos. It is the last time we'll see this at Magic Round, and I'm honest to God sick of it. Manly, they're going to struggle without Tom Trbojevic. Tautau Cooler moving back to fullback for this one. Jock Madden is back. Actually, Josh Rogers is not in the side. I thought he was. Jock Madden is back. And Jason Saab and Billy Walters are also out. Coming onto the wing is Raymond Viega. Coming into the 9 is Tyson Smoothy with Blake Mozart on the bench. Now, as for Manly, very competitive. They can score a lot of points, but they are losing a lot of games they shouldn't this year. The Broncos, I think Parramatta made them look better than they were. And although I think in front of a big Brisbane crowd this weekend that they should be able to get a win, I don't think they're going to win this by a massive margin. I think they're still a pretty good side. They were my pick for the premiership pre-season. But yeah, I thought Parramatta's errors, the Broncos were turning those into points, but I wasn't all that impressed by the Broncos on Friday night. So I think Brisbane will win. I do think Brisbane will win. I'm going to go the Broncos by 10, 24 points to 14. I think this could be higher scoring. It really could, because the Sea Eagles have so many points in them. I'd give the Sea Eagles a chance here of a 10.5 line if you can get it. But I think this line's probably going to be about that 12-13, because more people will think the Broncos 13 plus at home. And I'm going to go with Selwyn Cobbo to score the first try, because he'll be running at Ruben Garrick. Ruben Garrick defensively has been quite poor this season. Good in attack, but in defence, he's been quite poor. The next game is absolutely ridiculous for tipping. I have no idea which way to go. I have a coin, I flip it. I don't know what to do with this game. It's the Gold Coast Titans hosting the Newcastle Knights. And, you know, the Titans were my tip here. The Titans were my tip, but the Titans have been rummaged with injury this week. They already had a few injuries, but now they lose Philip Sami, Harley Smith-Shields, Kieran Foran, and AJ Brimson. So their new look back line is Keanu Kinney, Khan Pereira, Aaron Schopp, Jojo Fafita had a great game last week, Chris Randall and Sam Verrills in the halves, Tyson Gamble out for the Knights, Jack Cogger coming back in with Hastings there, Jacob Saifidi named to start at prop, Daniel Saifidi is out for this one, Jack Hetherington and Brady Jones on the bench. Yeah, I thought Dane Gagai was out for this one as well, but he has been named. Interesting, so we'll see what happens there. You know, Titans, they looked a bit shaky towards the end there against the Cowboys, but still scoring quite a few points as they seem to do this season. And the Knights, 3 straight wins without Kalen Ponga, definitely exceeding expectation. I think whoever gets this win, it will be very important for both of these clubs. I'm going to tip Newcastle. I'm going to tip Newcastle by 4. Not confidently at all. I reckon I'll probably get this one wrong. I was very close to going the Titans. I'll go Aaron Clark as an anytime try scorer from the Gold Coast Titans, but I'll go the Knights to win 20-16 by 4 points. And I will go with Greg Marju to score the first try of this game. And I think maybe a try might come early on here in the first 5 minutes. Game of the round at Magic Ground. This is going to be an absolute beauty on Saturday at 5:30. It is the Cronulla Sharks taking on the Sydney Roosters. Now, big notable one here is Junior Pauga coming back into the centres for the Roosters in absence of Joey Manu. Nicholas Hines is back in jersey number 7 for the Shark. And if he is out, Braden Trindle has been named via the reserve, so he could be included as well. Manu and Sandon Smith out for the Roosters. Roosters really got off to a red hot start against the Warriors. Took the foot off the pedal, let the Warriors back in the game. Warriors shown a bit of fight. As for the Sharks, a bit of a comeback win there in Melbourne. Never really took the foot off the gas. Looked good. Daniel Atkinson had a great game as well. So, Sharks sitting up the top. The Roosters inconsistent, but in recent weeks they've scored 148 points in 3 weeks. So this is a really tough game to tip. I think most people will probably go the Sharks here. I'm going to go the Roosters. I actually didn't expect the Roosters to go into this as favourites. I know they're playing really well, and that's why it's all happening. I do think this will be very, very tight, and both of these teams can be forced to defend. That's what I think is going to happen. Bit of a shootout here. Probably my lowest scoring game I've picked margin-wise this year, I think. I'm going to go the Roosters by 2. I'm going to go the Roosters to win this cracker 16-14. I really like under 42.5 as a best bet for the week. First try scorer, going to go with Sione Katoa to score the first try, and James Tedesco to get a try at any time with the Roosters to come out on top in what's going to be a very good game. Next up, we'll see the really struggling South Sydney Rabbitohs taking on the Cowboys. Now, both of these teams desperate for a win. Cowboys have been very poor in recent weeks, but I just continue to tip them. Man, I haven't tipped South Sydney in a long time. I've stayed away from them, and they don't look like they're getting any better. I thought they were okay against the Dragons last week. Definitely need to get a win under interim coach Ben Hornby, but not looking likely anytime soon because the Cowboys, good attacking team, a late flurry of points. If it gets to that, probably the Cowboys winning. It should be a close game, but the Cowboys should be able to handle what the Rabbitohs throw at them. Michael Cheekham and Semi Valemei are out. Murray Taulagi is back for the Cowboys. We're at Magic Ground. Anything can happen. Sydney win. Now, I had the Rabbitohs at 23-1 for Wooden Spoon. So I'm obviously hoping this doesn't happen because I'm enjoying watching that cash out go up and up. But I think South Sydney have been playing a little bit better than we've all thought lately. And I think they're going to get a hard-fought win here against the Cowboys. They have been absolutely awful. Yes, they went downfield against the Titans team without players. But South Sydney are going to play okay here. And I think they're going to get the win. I really do. I think South Sydney plus 9.5 is a beauty of a bet. But I think they're going to win head-to-head. Rabbitohs by 4, 22 points to 18 in one of the biggest upsets of the year. It shouldn't even be an upset. It should be an even money game. Maybe the Rabbitohs be about $2.25. $3.60 is way too high. Jack Whiten to score the first try of the match, I believe. He could be bringing up a milestone this week, but I could be wrong on that. There are a couple milestones at Magic Round. And my anytime try scorer, I'm going to go with Kyle Felt. But yeah, my upset of the week, I reckon the Rabbitohs win at Magic Round. Next up, 150 on Sunday. It's the New Zealand Warriors taking on the Penrith Panthers. Now, the Panthers will be without Nathan Cleary, and Brad Snyder has an injury. So Jack Cole will be coming into the 6, with Jerome Luai moving into the 7. Now, interesting combination for the Warriors, who will be without Sean Johnson and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Tane Tuapiki returns at fullback. Chance Nickel-Klokstad moves into the 6, with Tamari Martin named in the 7. Now, call me crazy, but I just think the Warriors, they either look like a team that are going to score nil this week, or a team that are actually going to turn up and put in a better performance. But they're playing against a very tough Penrith Panthers side, who have been very good for the most part this year. Warriors showed a lot of fight against that game against the Roosters towards the end there, but obviously missing some key components this weekend. I think the Panthers get it done in a game where it'll be closer than people think. I'm going to go the Panthers to win by 10. I'm going to go 24 points to 14. I could see this being higher because for some reason, I think the Warriors could score 16, 18 points. But I'll go 14. I think goal kicking becomes an issue without Sean Johnson there. And I'm going to go with the first try scorer to be Dylan Edwards from the Panthers. Here it is. The Melbourne Storm taking on the Parramatta Eels. Now, 5 years ago, around here, Melbourne Storm put a job on us, 64 points to 10. They'll be without Ryan Pappenhausen. They'll be without Cameron Smith for this game. It's a new look side. Tyron Wishart was actually quite good in that loss the other day. I thought he was a shining light for the Storm. I thought Suafalago was actually quite quiet, but I expect him to absolutely tear us to pieces. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this game because I'm not impressed with the Parramatta team list. No one's being held accountable for poor performances at all. Ethan Saunders has been dropped for Dejan Arce. I can kind of see where they're going with this, with Ethan obviously leaving the club and they're giving him that short-term experience, but now that Dejan's ready to go. But I'm just, yeah, it's hard to get excited for Parramatta games at the moment. As for the Storm, Xavier Coates comes back in and still no Jerome Hughes. I think we give it to him. I think we played pretty well at home last week. I thought errors cost us and we need to cut those errors out. But I think the Storm should win this. I wouldn't actually be surprised if the Eels win this, but even those games where the Eels shouldn't be winning, they're just not winning in recent years, ever since 2022. Players are still living in the past. But I'm going to go the Storm to win 26-16. I really think we're going to give it to them and give them a bit of a scare. First try scorer, I'm going to go with Will Warbrick. Why, you ask? Because he's going up against Mike Acevo, who loves to let in a try. So yeah, Will Warbrick to score first. And I'm going to go Ruffy anytime. I reckon Big Reggie's going to have a big game. He's been playing well. So Regan Campbell-Gillard to cross over at any time, and the Eels to be defeated by the Storm. Another loss for Para. Finish off Magic Round with an absolute snooze fest between the West Tigers and Dolphins. And the Dolphins get Hamiso back this week, which is a massive inclusion. As for the Tigers, they lose John Bateman and Isaiah Papali'i, so their back row will be Samuela Fainu and Alex Seyfarth. Seyfarth's been pretty good this season in that struggling side. They're struggling. They are in struggle street. They're right back there towards that wooden spoon area if it wasn't for South and the Titans wanting it. Max Plath out for the Dolphins. Trey Fuller back to the reserves after some great games there. So yeah, pretty much a mostly full-strength Dolphins side without Flegler, and I think is Ray Stone missing as well. No, Ray Stone is there. I don't know why I thought Ray Stone was injured. Yeah, not much to say here. The Dolphins playing good footy. They're in the top 4. They've been a bit of a surprise this year. I think they continue to roll on. So, yeah, I'm going to go the Dolphins by 18 points. Bigger margin here. I think that the Tigers get destroyed. I don't think they've shown much at all for me in recent weeks. So, I'm going to go the Dolphins to win 30 points to 12. First try, let's go Ruffy. Let's go number 6 for the Dolphins. Cody Nikorima to score the first try of the match. He's been in pretty good form. And we'll go with Charlie Staines to score a try at any time. But those are my Magic Round tips. Make sure you do like this video, subscribe to the channel. When we reach 5,000 subscribers, I will be giving away an NRL membership. I almost said NRL merch, but it is an NRL membership. Let me know your tips in the comments below. I'll see you guys at Magic Round. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.